Hey guys, okay, I have a pretty busy day planned, so I didn't plan on doing this next video here, but I thought I'd take a few minutes and discuss that video that I discussed in the last one. There's a channel creator who I really respect. I think he's doing a great job with his channel. He's very different from the others. I'll say that for sure. He's very different from the others. He's intelligent, he's articulate. So he has a really good channel. And if you guys are following the case of Christopher Watts, then you know who I'm talking about. Now, he interviewed a woman who claims she was a close friend of Christopher Watts' wife. And I watched just the first couple of minutes because I clicked it off and thought, oh my goodness. And then I made that quick video and put it up. So here's number 2 for the had to Google Lupus video, okay? Evidently, his interview of her close friend is a 2-part series. And I've just made it through the first part, and I do have a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm not going to take a look at the second part today. But this is what I noticed. I went ahead and clicked back on, and I was curious, because she claimed she was a close friend of Christopher Watts' wife. So I was curious to find out whether or not she had ever actually met her, or whether or not she had ever actually met Christopher Watts, because they were close friends and all. Interesting, let me tell you. She says that evidently Christopher Watts was really out of shape and that his wife wasn't attracted to him because he was really out of shape and he didn't take care of himself. Excuse me? Christopher Watts went to the gym every day. He was fit. He had taken part in sports in school. He was active. I highly doubt that he was out of shape, and I highly doubt that that was so important to Christopher Watts' wife, considering she didn't want him to go to the gym anymore. He wasn't allowed to go to the gym anymore, so he stopped going to the gym daily. So maybe her close friend has the timing a little bit off. Maybe he gained some weight after he wasn't allowed to go to the gym anymore. And there's an interesting dynamic in her claim, too, because she was saying how that was so important to Christopher Watts' wife and evidently not important to Christopher Watts. And yet, she also said that Christopher Watts would be very attentive to whether or not his wife would take her medications. She said that Christopher Watts' wife wasn't regimented about taking her meds. Wasn't regimented about taking her meds. That seems kind of odd, doesn't it? If she actually did have lupus, that she wouldn't have been taking her meds. And of course, it also seems odd that 7 years later, that Christopher Watts told the police that the only medication she was taking was medication for her migraines. Pain meds, I believe, is what he referred to them as. So that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all that when a guy's going to the gym daily, that her close friend is trying to make it sound like he wasn't fit and trying to make it sound like she was, while she wasn't regimented about taking her meds. I thought that was interesting. Let's see. I jotted down a few notes. She said that her close friend was genuine. And I thought that was interesting because they were Facebook friends. I did find out that she actually did meet her once. And get this, this is the story about how she met her. In May of 2011, she said that she was running a 5K and that she had her dad's name on her tag, so she went down to watch the race. I'm not so sure I believe that. I highly doubt, in fact, that she was ever running a 5K. That just seems kind of weird to me. I'm sorry. So she did meet her one time. She never met Christopher Watts. She talked to him one time. Okay. And they were Facebook friends. And evidently they talked on the phone too for what would have been 8.5 years. So in 8.5 years, she saw her one time and she talked to her husband one time on the phone. And she's a close friend. Let's see. She didn't want to date him. Yeah, right. She said that Christopher Watts didn't take care of himself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true actually. He didn't take care of himself because when his new girlfriend told him that he was no longer allowed to go to the gym, he should have taken care of himself and said, "Bye-bye, honey." She said that she was invited to her wedding. I thought that was interesting. She was invited to her wedding, but she couldn't go. Well, at least she got the invitation. Glad to hear that. But she evidently wasn't able to go to the wedding. And then she said that when she spoke about her ex-husband, that she said she was just ready to be done with that relationship. But remember that one video where she sits, I think, out on the deck talking about how she suffered through such a traumatic time with that breakup? Remember that? That's a far cry from saying she was just ready to be done with that relationship. Let's see. She said that she knew that they were behind on their mortgage and that they were behind on their HOA dues. That goes against the narrative. Hello. Because so far we've been told over and over again that she mailed the HOA dues to the wrong address. But evidently she was telling her close friend that they were behind on the mortgage and they were behind on the HOA dues. Let's see. 3 days before the tragedy occurred, they had a 2-minute conversation. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. This is the friend who said that she first met her on Facebook when her dad died in January of 2010. Christopher Watt's wife contacted her to tell her how sorry she was to hear about her dad. And also she told her that she had lupus. Yet she would later say that she was diagnosed in May of 2010 with lupus. And that when she was diagnosed, she didn't know what lupus was, so she had to Google it. That's another interesting discrepancy, let me tell you. I like the word inconsistency better. That's another interesting inconsistency with this case. Because her close friend said that she was diagnosed as a teenager with lupus. Yep, that's what she said in that interview. That Christopher Watt's wife told her that she was diagnosed with lupus when she was a teenager. But remember the discovery docs? We learned that she didn't have any illnesses at all. Even though she complained a lot when she was growing up, that she didn't have any illnesses at all. She had evidently been treated for her migraine headaches, but that she did not have any illnesses at all. And then she told her close friend that she was diagnosed with lupus when she was a teenager. If all of these inconsistencies don't concern you, I think really they should. Because what it's looking like is that Christopher Watt's wife had a whole lot of stories going on. I wonder if one of her stories might have been that she was making money. I wonder if she had been using charge cards all along to even try to get by, I guess, by lying to her husband that she was actually making money. And I wonder if at 2:30 in the morning, when she found out her charge cards were maxed out, if she decided that she simply couldn't go on.